Thank you for listening to the Yoga Therapy Hour podcast. The episode that you have chosen is no longer available on this platform. If you go to the show notes, you'll see that we now have a Patreon page. You can find the link in the show notes. And by going to Patreon, you will have full access to all of the audio files from season 1, 2, and beyond. We appreciate your support on Patreon. It will allow us to bring you more content in audio, video, and written form, as we hope to expand into transcripts for each and every episode. We appreciate you, and we're so happy that you're willing to support us. Thank you so much.
I remember once saying to a client of mine, you don't have to look a certain way to go to a yoga class. And she said so astutely, she said, Janet, that's not what Instagram says. You know, I think over the last few years, particularly, we are seeing a lot more body diversity. There are a lot of people who are really courageously and, really stepping forward to say, hey, look at all the different presentations of yogis. Like, there is no yoga look, but we've still got a long way to go. We are swimming in the soup of diet culture.
Define diet culture for us first.
Yeah. Diet culture is the belief that appearance and body shape or size are more important than physical, psychological, and general well-being. So many of my clients tell me they won't go to yoga because they feel they're not thin enough. I always find that one of the saddest statements I ever hear. Who cares whether the number of kilograms on the scales has gone down? I think the answer to that is a lot of people care, but I think they care because they're focusing on the wrong thing. Like, wouldn't it be wonderful if rather than focusing on weight, because are we focusing on weight for health reasons or for appearance reasons? And a lot of, I think we do focus on weight because we live in a weight-based culture that where we know there is so much weight discrimination, weight bias, weight stigma, where people make assumptions about people based on body size. And gosh, this is a very significant problem in the yoga world. I think that's something we've really got to reflect on and take stock of, right? That there's this idea that there's this look about yoga, and that if we don't fit that look, which most of us don't, right? But the look has become so recognized as a yogi look. And I don't think that's because there's a lot more people in the yoga world who have a particular look. I think it's more because the people who don't are hiding away from a lot of the public yoga places and forums, or they're not going to yoga at all. So it's this idea of weight loss as a primary focus because I will look different, I'll look better. So it's an outside-in approach.
Yeah.
Whereas, yoga really encourages us to go the other way, right? To take an inside-out approach. So, I often just think, imagine if we didn't even know what we weighed. If we didn't have mirrors. I remember my grandmother in her house, she had one mirror in the entire house. It was a little handheld, like a little oval mirror that she would hold in front of her face when she brushed her hair. It's a beautiful memory I have of her. Oh. That's it. No other mirror, right? And whereas, I don't know, I should count one day, how many mirrors do I see in a day? How many opportunities for this outside-in appraisal of my body do I have? A lot, right? As well as every time I go onto social media, I see the objectification of the body beautiful. Every time I turn on the television, I have it suggested to me that I might like to go on a diet, or there's something wrong that I should be paying a lot of money to someone to supposedly fix about my body. I get incredibly upset when I see diet culture infiltrating the world of yoga. And when I hear yoga teachers and yoga therapists saying things like yoga for weight loss, there is yoga for enhancing our well-being and for helping us focus on health-related behaviors. Great, fantastic. We're focusing on kind of the inside out, not the outside in. There's no yoga to look better. Well, not traditionally, but actually now, unfortunately, probably quite a lot.
And we have our clients, when they list off their goals, they're saying, I have low back pain, or almost always there's the line, I'd like to lose some weight, right? Yeah. So it's almost their expectation too, that we as yoga therapists can possibly help them with that.
Right. Well, body dissatisfaction is pervasive. You can't go out to lunch with a group of friends and sit around a table without people talking about what food they're trying to eliminate from their diet or what new diet fad they're on. And I think it's very trendy to be dissatisfied with your body and to talk about that and to share your green smoothies on social media. It is everywhere, and so it's hard to not be influenced by it. But I'm thinking about, going right back to when we were talking about this, just the whole concept of weight loss. I think the assumption that weight loss equals better, that it equals health is one that we have to be really, really careful of. But also the other thing that we need to keep in mind is that there are so many reasons that a person's body is where it is right now, at the size, at the shape, at the level of mobility or otherwise, wherever we are on those kind of well-being continuums. There's so many things that impact that. And a big one is genetics. Mm-hmm. And many of us will never look like the yogi on the cover of the magazine. So many of us.
Without getting very unhealthy to try to get there.
That's exactly right. And so many people I see with very low weight, restrictive eating disorders, that is one of the things that is often what contributes to driving people to that place, to adopt very unhealthy behaviors and eating patterns in the pursuit of the idealized body. So I think it's so important that yoga professionals are really thinking about this. How are we contributing to this messaging?
Hey, did you know that each week on the podcast, we give you a free infographic that you can use with your clients, your students, or for your own personal studies? So check out the show notes. There's a link on where you can sign up. And not only will we send you the infographic from this week, but if there's a topic that's similar in the future, we'll also put you on that list. And we'll never sell your data or send you things that you haven't asked for. Please share the episode with a friend or colleague. We're so grateful you're willing to share. Feel free to continue these conversations on our private Facebook group called Yoga Therapy Hour Podcast with Amy Wheeler. Remember, we have a mobile app coming out May 2nd, 2022 that tracks mental health and so much more using the foundations of yoga and Ayurveda. The Gold Zone ebook is coming out May 2nd, 2022. This book will help you to create more joy, freedom, meaning and purpose in life, and find deeper connections to yourself and others. Our goal is to help you feel less anxiety, less depression, less chronic pain, less insomnia. And I think you'll find this pair, both the book and the new app, will help you do just that. Hey, did you know that each week on the podcast, we give you a free infographic that you can use with your clients, your students, or for your own personal studies? So check out the show notes. There's a link on where you can sign up. And not only will we send you the infographic from this week, but if there's a topic that's similar in the future, we'll also put you on that list. And we'll never sell your data or send you things that you haven't asked for. Please share the episode with a friend or colleague. We're so grateful you're willing to share. Feel free to continue these conversations on our private Facebook group called Yoga Therapy Hour Podcast with Amy Wheeler. Remember, we have a mobile app coming out May 2nd, 2022 that tracks mental health and so much more using the foundations of yoga and Ayurveda. The Gold Zone ebook is coming out May 2nd, 2022. This book will help you to create more joy, freedom, meaning and purpose in life, and find deeper connections to yourself and others. Our goal is to help you feel less anxiety, less depression, less chronic pain, less insomnia. And I think you'll find this pair, both the book and the new app, will help you do just that.